Welcome to Loving Beyond the I Do podcast. This power couple is building stronger marriages one day at a time. Talking about real issues on love, relationships, and marriage longevity. Let's break down the barriers and engage in healthy conversation with your hosts, Jason and Tina Marie. Take a seat and buckle up because things are about to get real.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Loving Beyond the I Do podcast.
With your hostesses, Jason and Tina Marie.
That's me. So, Jason, who do we have with us in the studio today?
Let me see. We have us, Jason and Tina Marie.
All right.
Yeah, it's just us, baby.
So, this is a very special episode for us.
Yes, it is.
Because this will come out and air. It will be released on June 1st, our anniversary.
Our
31st.
first anniversary.
That's right. So it's been 31 years of marriage, 35, 36, something like that, years of friendship or however many it's been. And
I'm just sticking with the marriage part. 'Cause
okay.
That's what I know. So
All right,
I know
all
we've
right.
been together a long time.
we've known each other a long time.
Long time.
It doesn't even seem, I really, when they say like the mind is something else, and I really just feel like I'm literally still in my 20s and 30s. And so,
That's how I feel.
like at the end of my 20s, when life just began with our kids and everything. But
Yep.
so here we are 31 years later. And so let's start this podcast and let's talk about our journey.
Yeah, why not? Yes, 31 years of knowledge and experience. Man, just thinking back on when we were so young,
Yes.
so
yes.
inexperienced, not
Yes.
knowing what we were really getting ourselves into,
Well,
but
Mhm.
I feel like we were committed to the cause, even going in not knowing. We knew that we needed to put in some work, but we just didn't know what it entailed.
I think I felt as though I knew everything.
I did too.
And so I think that was one plus. But the other thing is that we were mature.
Yeah.
We weren't childish, immature,
Yep.
going in uncommitted or just doing it just to do it.
Right.
Right. So sometimes people look at age and they go, well, you guys are too young. And we probably were too young. But because we thought we knew everything and we thought we were, I felt as though I was older than what I actually was. And when I look back, I go, wow, I was really young. And I just couldn't imagine my kids getting married at the age I did.
I know.
You know,
right?
so anyway. So,
You don't want to go down that road.
right.
yeah.
Because I was going to say I was just,
Yeah.
but anyway, during this journey that we've had 31 years together, but
Right.
we had 2 years of friendship, 3 years of dating,
Mhm.
and then we got married. And so
And it's been a lifetime of love.
what I've learned is that love continues to grow as you grow,
Sure.
and so
Yeah, I love you differently now than I did when we first got married. That's for sure. It's been
You think
deepened.
so?
Oh yeah, for sure. I love
I
you.
don't know if that's a good thing or a
Yeah,
bad thing.
no, it's a good thing. I mean, it's deepened. I mean, because it's been 31 years of growing and maturing and learning how to love. And as we go through different phases of life, from parenting to empty nesters to all those different things, there's a different love and a different aspect to our relationship because of that.
So, I'm a very emotional person. So this
Okay.
podcast is a little bit touching home. So I'm a little bit emotional
That's okay.
because
I love you, baby.
it's 31 years and
Yep, it is.
I think I'm just tired. No, I mean tired, guys. So June 1st, and we just came off Memorial Day weekend, and we're extremely tired. And I think that when you're tired, you're just emotional,
Yeah.
So
Well, it's emotional time. I mean, I'm extremely happy.
guys,
like,
pretend
when I
like you don't see me crying.
Yeah, they won't on the audio version of it.
But they
won't.
can
But
hear
only
it.
on the YouTube version they
Okay.
will see it.
I'm gonna get myself together
Yeah,
because
that's
I gotta
okay.
put on that
It's
strong front.
No, you don't have to. I don't have to. I
But-
mean, this is a joyous occasion. I mean, it's 31 years. We dreamed about it. I mean, we actually just thought that we were going to be married forever in the beginning. But now here it is, 31 years later, and we look back at some of the things that we've gone through and dealt with, raising kids,
Yes,
building
and
business,
changing
changing
personalities,
personality.
difficulty in understanding and navigating each other, and
Yep.
just a
We're
whole
talking to each other, but no one's understanding what the other person is saying. I
the
mean, we've been
joy of becoming parents and being
yes,
excited, and then the headaches of being
being
parents,
parents,
and then the arguments between parents when it comes to our
good
kids.
kids.
And not that we had a lot of arguments, I think those
There was
happen
some
later in life.
disagreements.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
definitely some
yeah.
disagreements. I mean, the way raised, interact. I mean, nothing major, nothing that we could obviously, get
But I
beyond. We
look back,
did.
and sometimes people focus on the negative, and
Yeah.
I just see, I see when you it's like I have to really look hard for
Hmm.
the negatives.
Right.
Like we've had, probably as many as anybody else,
Sure.
but I would like to say that all of the good times stand out.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I mean, you know what?
am I going to go through this whole podcast?
Crying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Emotional.
I don't know. But don't you got to get it together
I
because I
gotta
don't
get it
need to start
together. I gotta
crying
get
because
it together. I know.
I can't control it
I
once
know,
I
and
start.
and I
So I'm
can't control.
trying not to start.
I'm trying not to start too. I'm trying not to start too. So,
But you know what?
uh,
Going through the rough patches and the things that we had to go through, the growing pains of parenting, which I don't think anyone's really ready for parenting.
it's not. It wasn't. I
I,
think our issues never were about
I
parenting.
understand it, but still, it's a level of it's a level of uncertainty. What to do with this little person, and you're trying to mold this person to be a young adult or a good child. It's
Trying to
just
be the best parent that you
you're
can be.
trying to be. You know
Absolutely.
what? Because you know what. God instilled us with having these children, and you wanted to do the very best you could for this
Absolutely.
child,
Absolutely.
right? So you wanted
Absolutely.
to guide them the best way you possibly could, and sometimes it was scary, and you
And
just
sometimes as a parent, you feel like you failed.
right, right,
Not that you did, but
right.
sometimes you look at things, you go, wow, I failed my child, or I
You
didn't
didn't
do
do
this,
this,
or I
so
didn't
right.
do that, or I could have done this better.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing I would say is that, in hindsight, now that the wisdom and the knowledge is that I realize that, as we talk about in relationships, right? Reading, learning,
Mm-hmm.
understanding, we didn't do a lot of that. I feel like
Right.
a lot of our
Early on, that
knowledge,
we didn't.
having God as a support, being our foundation
Mm-hmm.
helped us a lot. But, later in life, I found books, and I read stuff, and I'm like, wow, like I could have really
You
used
okay?
this
You
as a young parent,
right.
and our children are wonderful, and they each have their own journey and their own lives to lead. But I can say, I don't think, like, I'm proud of each and every one of them,
I am too. I
because
am proud of the adults they have turned
yes,
into. Yeah,
yes,
I have
yes.
nothing bad to say about it.
And I would like to say that we did a very good job of parenting, and I think it's a reflection of our parents,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying,
yes, yeah.
and the upbringing we had.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So,
For sure. We definitely
God,
instilled
guys,
the
I'm going to try to get through this. I
yeah.
really am.
Maybe when we go to
31
the
years
next
is a lot of
yeah,
years,
maybe
right?
we go through when we go through the next phase or the next topic, maybe you'll lighten up a little bit.
So,
But uh but yeah, we instilled a lot. I mean, we gave it all we could to the kids and to the family.
and we gave it all we got to each other.
That's what I said, and to the
So,
family,
right,
to each
right.
other,
So,
right.
so I,
We were totally committed to each other and to this family.
yes, yes. And so the knowledge and experience that 31 years has given us is a lot of insight, a lot of trial and error, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of reading, a lot of
Yep.
learning, a lot of praying, a lot of meditating. And, you know, some people don't make it this far.
That's true. That's
And
true.
it not only, and those, sometimes those who do make it are not happy about making it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, as I've said before,
They make it, but due to a sacrifice, they
or
sacrifice a lot.
they sacrifice themselves and they're not
Sure.
happy. But I would
Right.
like to say that we've had more happy years than unhappy years, because not you're not going to always have sunshine.
Right.
There's going to be some rain, and there's going to be some storms, but the good thing is that the storms don't last forever. So if you can hold on and walk through with the confidence that this too shall pass, then, and know that, okay, this is something that we need to work through,
Mhm.
but not really just throw in the towels. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's a storm. Our marriage is going through something, and I'm not willing to give it my all. If you can walk through the storm and know that there's sunshine on the other side,
Mhm.
then your marriage can withstand anything.
But that's what we were committed to. We weren't going to say we're throwing in the towel. Sure, we got frustrated at points. For sure, we were upset about each at things and each other and the situations. But we were still committed to the marriage and committed to the family. It wasn't like that we were going to break up because of this little hiccup in the road. We, no matter what, one, we loved each other. One, we were both committed to making marriage work and the family work. So it was never any doubt in my mind or in my heart that we weren't going to make it last or make it work because we were just committed to it.
I don't think that was ever
Never.
an idea or an option.
Nope.
You know, when
never.
people go into marriage thinking, oh, well, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna get divorced, or I'm
Right.
unhappy, I'm gonna get
Never
divorced.
thought about it.
You know, and not that you shouldn't. I'm just saying that when you put 100% in,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully you'll get 200% out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it has been, we've learned a lot of lessons over the years, and we hope to bring a lot of those lessons to you. We hope to share with you guys, the audience, a lot of nuggets and gems that will continue to have happy marriages. All right. So let's move on to the next one.
Tell me when you got you all choked up, baby.
I don't know. I think I told you. I just, woo,
Yep. How it started. Woo.
how it started. So,
boy meets girl. Girl meets boy.
uh,
Boy goes to the friend zone.
girl goes to the college zone,
Yep.
right? And so, but I think how it started was a friendship.
Oh yeah.
It was getting to know each other besides the physical attraction,
Mhm.
besides hey, I want to get with you. What do you have to offer me, right?
Right.
What are you bringing to the table? It was more of a, I think how it started was an establishment of a friendship, an establishment of trust, an establishment of getting to know the person for who they really were,
Mhm.
and valuing that person.
Right.
So how do you think it started? I know the girl meets boy thing, but so what do you have to say about how it started?
The friendship, getting to know each other, that was most meaningful to me.
Don't be
I could just-
piggybacking
no,
off
no,
of
no.
my stuff.
Yeah,
Get your own ideas.
no, I'm thinking back during that time when we started dating, how it was just so easy to talk to you, and we basically talked about any and everything, which helped our relationship. But it was very therapeutic for me just to air out.
Therapeutic?
Yeah, just to,
was
just
he
to talk.
was he
Was
he
I
a
going through some
therapist?
things?
Yeah.
Well, we all going through some things, and you sharing stuff that you would normally share with someone that you're looking to date, right? I could be open and honest about some things that I wouldn't normally be open and honest with the person I'm trying to get with or date. So that helped. That's what I'm saying. That gave a good foundation to our relationship. So that's the thing when I knew I'm like, man, this person is good. This person will be like like the perfect mom to kids and all those different traits and stuff you start to see after a while when I was trying to get out of the friend zone. But but it was just so much that
And I think go ahead.
no, it was hard to explain. It's like how you find that gem, that precious stone that you just look at it, it's like, man, how did I end up with this? How did I end up with this rare piece of stone like this? And it's just like, man, I am so blessed just to have this person in my life. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do the best I can with all of the things that I have. Didn't have a whole lot, but I was
So
a
did.
gentleman, and I knew that I could stand on that. I had good character, and I knew I could treat you like a lady.
Yes.
So
And I think we had a lot of fun, even though we still do. Back then, how it started not only as a friendship, but with fun.
yeah,
Fun, excitement, not one trying to impress the other, not one being better than the other, but just
I
kind
know I
of
wasn't, but you were
growing.
impressing me. But okay,
Well, just growing together. It
Mhm.
wasn't like I was trying to impress you or
Right.
that you were trying to impress me. We were actually who we were.
Right.
And the thing is that we could see through, we were able to see the potential and all of the things that person possessed.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I was able to see in you a good partner, a good husband, a good dad. You were able to see in me a good partner, a good wife, a good mom. And so those things carried us a long way. Yep, I'm trying not to.
Yep.
I'm trying
Yeah,
not to.
yeah, you welling up a little bit there. That's okay. That's fine. It's
But
31 years.
I told you, guys, I've literally had like 2 hours of sleep. So I think it's just after a while you everything you just emotional about anything. The coffee's running over. Oh, so
You
but
sound
it
like
is
the kids.
it's also that wow, like 31 years. That's a lot. So
Yeah.
that's how it
And
started.
no major storms either. It's like we dealt with the issues that
It
came
was some
up.
major storms, but we didn't make them major in our marriage.
That's what I'm saying.
We dealt with
They
them.
were big. They were big storms, but we didn't deal. We
We
didn't make them
we
the
didn't make
focal point of our
yeah, we
relationship.
didn't let them break us,
Right.
right? So and it took some time to get through storms,
Hmm.
and not that once the storm was over it didn't come back again.
Yeah, storm came back.
Yeah,
Yep.
so what storms do, right?
Right. Yeah, you think
April
it's over
showers
with.
bring May flowers. So,
Right.
we went through our share of them, and but we we persevered because when you put love first, then I don't think there's anything that you can't deal with. One thing that we did, okay, so I think this is part of the how it's going.
Okay.
All right, so
Right.
that's how it started.
Right. So now how it's going. Now this is how it's going.
So
That's
this is
it
how it's
started.
going, and I hope I didn't lose my train. So
Mhm.
what I'm saying is that once you put love first
Mhm.
and you put your ego aside
Ooh.
and you grow
Yep.
and the thing is that you have to continue to grow, because if you stay
That's the key.
with the same thoughts, the
And the
same
same, yeah.
feelings, the same ideas,
Mhm.
then you can't see it from a different perspective.
Right.
Right. And that's where education, experience, looking at other people, trying new things, trying to put yourself in the other person's shoes.
Mhm.
So oftentimes, we make decisions based on our own feelings.
Right. All the time.
Right, right.
9 times out of 10.
Right, exactly. And I know that how it's going now is that I would like to think that I make a lot of decisions trying to think, how does my husband feel about this? How do we feel about this together? How will my kids feel about this? How does this impact us as a family?
I have to
Right?
agree.
Making decisions that are for the best of us, not just for me because my emotions or my feelings are involved.
Right.
So we have to grow in spirit and grow as a person in terms of being better than where we started.
Mhm.
So I would like to say that where we are now is that we're at a place where, storms still come, but maybe they're easier to handle because now we have an umbrella.
Yeah.
We have things
Yeah.
that can help us.
Oh, we have shelter.
We,
Oh,
we've
yes.
learned
Yes.
to use the things that we have, right? And God is number one.
Yeah.
God is number
That
one in
makes a
our
difference.
relationship.
Yes.
And
In
we
our household.
and when you put love and God first, things happen, things fall into place.
Yep.
The way they should. And so it helps us to take our ego and our personality and who we are, who we think we are, our
Mhm.
individuality out of the equation and look at it, as a whole.
Yeah, one thing I've learned, and covers how it's going, is to look at things from your perspective and from the perspective of the family, not just because I want it this way and this way I feel like is the right way. You have to kind of look at the other person's point of view and how things are. So I had to learn that. And that helped. And so you go, no, as the man, I should have it going this way, or I feel that this is this, and if you're not listening to me, then I may not be feeling like I'm respected. But no, it goes both ways. You have to respect her, and she has to respect you, and that's done through the point of view and how they actually view it. So that has tremendously helped, and that's the growth that I've seen in you, which is in us, because we started doing that. We started taking each other's point of view into focus, and that has really helped and minimized a lot of issues in the relationship when you looking at someone else's looking from someone else's point of view.
Yeah, and respect is a big thing. Lots of times as we talk about in marriage that people take each other for granted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think respect is the number one thing that people want in marriages. If you respect me, I can respect you. And we always want the other person to give the respect first. Well, I'm not going to respect him or I'm not going to respect her if they don't respect me. The thing is that it has to start with us.
Right.
Right. So let's move into the next thing. So that's how it's going. It's going great. We see our marriage going until this is eternity.
There you go.
So and
There you
even
go.
even beyond.
Yeah.
So I think that I was, you know, I don't want to say lucky when you choose the right person the
That's
first
it.
time
That's what I'm
and you
saying.
don't I don't want to say settle, but you know your value. You
Mm-hmm.
know your worth and you pick someone who is compatible with you, then it makes things a whole lot easier. It doesn't make
Make
it
it easy.
easy,
Right.
but it makes it easier because you know that you all have the same morals, the same values, the same insight, and so it helps you. You have the same vision, and so you have the same determination, the same
Yeah.
goals, and so it helps you that when you have a stumbling block to kind of regroup and continue to push forward instead of one person having to reach behind and pull the other one up, and you
Yes.
or you got to push them and push
Yeah.
them and push them. So when we make the right choices in marriage that benefit all of us. But when we're picking our partner, pick the person that for the reasons that you know they should be, for the qualities that you
Right.
want, for the things that you're looking for we're both going in the same direction. Both want the same life, you know.
Things out of line.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
The
but
family goals are the same.
absolutely. Now everything might not be the same, but
Right.
if the core
Or the core
values,
value is
you
moving
know,
in the right direction, right? Yeah. So
and
don't
not
marry someone that don't want kids, and you do. So
yeah,
that
yeah,
creates a problem. So
exactly,
make
and
sure that your
enforce it
goals and stuff
absolutely.
align.
Or marrying someone and you say, okay, they do this, but when we get married, they're not going to do that anymore,
Right.
right? Not trying to change the person, but getting the person that you want, and that person is out there.
Right.
You don't have. Once you become the person that you're looking for, you will attract that person to you. You just have to become what it is you're seeking.
Right.
You have to be that person. And I think that was our greatest thing about how it's going is because he and I both saw those things in each other and we knew that it could work. So we were attracted to each other because of what was both inside of
Side of
each
us.
one of us,
Right.
and it was attracted together. So it was no mystical, it was no, oh, you got lucky. It was because he knew what he wanted in a wife and I knew what I wanted in a husband, and that's what it became.
Right.
We became a team of two and then a team of five. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I don't have much to say on that one. That was just about it there. That was man. I just look back in the growth of our relationship and our family and what we've been able to teach the kids and the family that's grows and we brought Christ into the lives of the kids. They were raised in the church. That made a big difference. We were very active in the children's lives. At all of the events, no matter what they were. It's funny because
Is this our next point? What's
yeah.
our next point? Well,
Next
let's
point.
see. Let's get
I
up.
think it's lessons. I believe it is.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's go into that.
Okay, let's talk more about these lessons that we got. Thank you. Lessons learned.
All right.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm just getting ahead of the.
That's
the-
you.
the
That's
the
you.
thing
Just,
now, right?
just
I'm jumping
hurry up.
right in. Now I'm starting to get a little emotional. So my daughter one time said, "Dad, you know what? No matter how I compete or what's going on, you are smiling all the time, and you're always telling me that I'm petting on my heart, telling her that I love her, right?" So I'm like, "Yeah," because I was just so proud of you trying to accomplish a goal, no matter how hard it was, and no matter if you had a good day or a bad day. I was your support staff. Your parents,
Your
mom,
support system.
your support system. Yeah, I said support
That's
staff.
half.
Yeah, our support system. Yeah, we were there to have our kids back and just show them love, no matter what. It wasn't like you could have done better. Well, we did say that sometimes, but it was like no matter what, we
But
loved you.
yeah, I used to
And
joke with them. You
yeah,
can do
you
better.
can do
It's
better.
because I wanted them to know there was more and better
Oh, that
within
was
them.
a
Don't settle.
settle.
But
But that you said
yeah,
that in school too.
yeah. What I'm
Oh,
talking about.
if they came home with an A and you go, oh, you could do better.
It
You
came
get
with a
an A
98,
plus.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't want to interrupt you. So go ahead. So
No, I'm saying that's one of the lessons that I learned, and I look at the kids now. Or I always say kids, but at the
our young adults.
our young adults, and I just say, wow, I remember, being in the backyard or just going on
Bringing them
yeah,
home. Just sometimes I look
trip.
at them and I can't
I was
believe that these.
ecstatic when I had my first child. All three of them. I can tell you what outfit I had on because I laid out the outfit when I went to go pick them up from the hospital. I mean, I had it all mapped out. I was walking on cloud nine, going to the hospital, picking up each one of the kids. I was so proud, and still am. And I carried myself as such. I really, really enjoy being a parent and showing them the
We
way.
did. We do.
Yeah, right. I mean, the things that we were able to teach them, we tried to use all life experiences as teachable moments.
And one thing I would say some of the lessons that I've learned in our marriage and parenthood is that I always try to tell my kids, um, you need knowledge from books, but you also need street smarts.
Yep.
So you want to be equally uh, knowledgeable in all areas, right? And so one thing that we've always done is that we've always talked to our kids. We've tried to talk to them about everything from everything under the sun.
Right.
And the other thing is that what I've learned now that as parents you get older and you go, wow, what? But a lesson learned is that there's a difference between the eyes and the lens of the parent and the eyes and the lens of a child.
Yeah.
And I know when I was a child, things that my mom did to me, I didn't understand and I didn't like, right? And I was resentful and I was like, why would she do that? Or why can't she be like this? Or why can't she be like that? And I think all children go through that. And sometimes I look back and go, we were trying to teach you this, but this is what you got out of it. And so a big lesson I've learned is that even though you talk to your children when they're young and you grow with them, you have to continue to grow with them once they're becoming adults, because you have to be able to discuss and talk about those things that maybe were hard for them during certain times of their life that they may not have understood. They didn't understand as a child. So maybe now that they're adults, you can explain it to them
Get that message across.
and they can see it differently. So the hurt that they may have felt when you disciplined them, maybe you can explain why you did what you did, even though you may have done it then. Now that they're an adult, they can go, okay, I understand it better, right? So just being able, not Jason and I only growing as a couple, but growing as a family, continuing to talk. So lessons learned is that I learned that I have to continue to talk to you.
Yep.
We can't hide our feelings or emotions. Sometimes it's best to let things go. If, as I always say, don't major in the minors. But when there's things that are really important that may be affecting me or him, that there are times that you really do need to talk about things and talk about them rationally and be able to hear what the person is saying, not what you think they're saying. And to be able to listen to your kids or your spouse and try to understand it in a way that what they're saying, and not from, again, putting ego aside, not from being offensive or being on the, defense, but listening with an open ear and trying in an open heart, saying, let me see if I can understand what you're saying, and let's see if we can try to work through this together.
Not just saying it's my way and that's it.
Or that's how it was. I don't want
Right.
to discuss it. I'm the
Right.
parent or whatever.
Yeah.
Just continuing to grow as a person and helping your kids to become better adults, to be able to handle life situations hopefully better without just hollering, screaming, clamming up, walking away, not understanding how to resolve issues,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
or
funny.
just, disagreements.
Yeah. I mean, Jason first went off to college. He said he always got compliments on his character and his behavior, and they said hats off to your parents.
His
All
whole
the-
life,
yeah,
all
all the
three of our
time.
kids, all the time. And as a parent, we don't think about that. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But as a parent,
yeah.
we don't think about that. But it shows, and I don't think our children realize that they're just being who they are, and then people go, "Wow,
Wow.
I can tell that you have been raised. You didn't raise yourself, and there is a difference. If you don't know it, there is a difference between kids who have actually been raised
Right.
and kids that have not been shown, maybe
How to behave, how to act like, a
how to be the best person they can be.
right.
Like I said, each person's journey is different, and they each have their own, you know, three totally different
Different.
personalities,
Yes.
three,
Yeah.
and each one in their own right. Now that's another thing I learned, is that, you know, helping our kids see things differently. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that I gave each one of them all the same thing. But what kids have to understand is that each child is different,
And it
and
came at a different time.
each child needs something different.
Right.
So one child, one may make it seem as though you give more attention to this child. It's not that you give more attention; it's that that child requires
Requires
more
more
attention,
attention.
or
Right.
more discipline, or more talking to.
Right.
So just
That's a
be,
good point.
yeah,
That's so true.
yeah.
It's like, well,
Each
you did
child
this for
is
this one,
totally,
but you didn't do
yeah.
this. So yeah, depends on when
Or you spoiled, you know, you spoiled her to death, but you didn't spoil me. Or
But
you
you know
know,
what's funny? It all depends on when you were born too. So if you were born in them early years, you got a little less than when you came on the back end when things were a lot better. So
I don't think so.
yeah. The prizes and things or the gifts were a little bit bigger for the last one.
I
The
think we
first one got smaller
always.
gifts. They got
I don't.
gifts.
I don't
But
think so. I think we
yeah,
always gave
yeah.
everything. We gave
Yeah, I didn't say
everything.
we didn't. I'm just saying it all depends on when they were born.
We've always been flourishing, so I don't think it was a difference. But our boys may think different. Like
I'm
our
sure
daughter
they
got
do.
a lot more,
She
and
did.
but the reason why she got more is because she was with us longer.
Yeah, I
So
got it.
they were off to college while she was still here.
I
But they
understand.
don't. What they don't realize is that they got all that in the beginning when she wasn't here.
Here, right.
So they don't see
They
that.
don't see that, right.
And that's what I mean by talking to your kids and helping them understand. Well, you gave her more than you gave us. Well, you only see it when you were a teenager, and
Mhm.
now you see what she's getting younger, but you didn't see what you were getting for those first 7 years or 6 years of your life
Without her,
that she
yes.
didn't get right. So it's being able to help everybody see everything is equal. We don't love one child more than the other.
That's true.
Sometimes I tell them I dislike all of you guys the same. So you all get on my nerves the same. But you know, there's so many lessons that I feel as though we've learned, not only as a family, but as a couple, but also as an individual. Yes.
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
not the same person that I was back then, and I've grown so much. And it's nice to be pushed in certain directions. So I might say, I want to do this. And she's go, I think you should. I think you should do that. Okay, great. Yeah. But then I'm going to make sure I do it. So I go out and we'll do it and we'll support each other, whether, whether it succeed or it doesn't. At least we tried. It's something that we wanted to do. And we always were behind each other. No, I
It don't
want to say
matter
behind.
what,
We were side by side during that journey.
side by side, but supportive.
Yeah, very
Absolutely.
much so.
And
yeah.
we whenever someone said they wanted to do something, even now,
Mm-hmm.
we never doubted it. It was just like, okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
We'll
And the
work out a
thing,
plan.
it's mindset.
Mhm.
It's mindset. And maybe back in the beginning, we didn't know what the name of it was called, or
Mhm.
we didn't understand what it was. But now we understand, you know, how you look at something, how you perceive something makes all the difference. It's not what someone says, but what you're feeling within inside of yourself that makes you perceive it in a different manner. Lots of times, I would say things, and Jason would perceive it differently than
Mhm.
what the way I was giving it, and then
Right.
he would say things to me, and I would perceive it differently. It could be what was going on with other people. It could be misplaced anger. It could
Mhm.
be not full attention or listening. And so the thing is that perception and mindset is everything. And we have to be 100% happy with ourselves and be, like I said, in a place of seeing things through the lens of love instead of seeing through the lens of me, me, me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. You're good with that. You're good with that. Like, I don't know if we're talking about love here. If we're looking from that lens of love, I'm like, yeah, maybe I need to be paying close attention to that. Yep. Yep. Sometimes, I kind of take over some time and be like, I don't know if that's really love there. And so I'm like, okay, all right. So that's a little selfish. So I have to pull it back. But that's what it's all about. Calling somebody on the rug sometime when they're making a mistake, or they may not be looking at things that they should. Yeah, looking at it the way that they should be looking at it. So
All
that
right.
helps out.
All right.
All
So,
right.
what's our next point?
Our next point here is we're gonna drop some nuggets.
All right. So, some nuggets, some nuggets, some nuggets.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah. Lead in your family. This is the person you decided that you wanted to be with. Commit to it. I mean, all in commit to it, not when things are going well, commit. Love that person. Love and be there for that person through thick
Despite,
and thin.
despite,
Despite,
and
because we're not perfect. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We
absolutely,
have our days,
absolutely, absolutely.
as individuals, but this is your
Some people have
decision.
months. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people go, they storm is long.
All right, just
Right.
go ahead.
Yeah. It's funny. You go through a storm and then you say, oh man, we through it. Nope. That was the eye of the storm. Now when it let up and then you go back and you finish out that storm. Because if you don't get the lessons, that storm is going to come back. You gotta
Absolutely.
get the lesson from the storm
You
so
will
you won't
keep
have to repeat it.
experiencing the same thing if you
Exactly.
don't learn what it is, what was the blessing within that lesson. If you don't
That's it.
get that, if you
Right.
don't get it, you will keep experiencing the same thing. So I would say my biggest nugget is um, part of what you said, right? Understanding that we are each different, we're separate, we have our individuality, but in that same token, we have to learn how to um, come together as one,
Mm.
right? We have to put selfishness aside. We have to put, well, this is what I want to do. And sometimes it's not easy. And we're all quick to say these cute little quotes and these cute little things, but the thing is that it's hard to do them.
Right.
I had put out, a reel about knowing the right things to do is easy, but doing them is hard.
Hmm.
It's hard. So lots of times I knew the right thing to do, but I wasn't willing to do it because of selfishness, because of pride,
Oh.
because I wanted to be right, or I wanted him to give in, or I wasn't feeling love, so I'm retaliating or being resentful because I feel as though I'm not getting what I need, instead of realizing that what is going on within me,
That's right.
right? What is what selfishness, what part of myself um am I putting before my marriage, right? So how am I wanting my mate to change to conform to me instead of it being a partnership, love, respect, honor, cherish, all of those things. So just we're not always right, and marriage is not a right or a wrong,
Right.
because when we're battling about who's right about something,
Yeah.
somebody loses, the marriage loses.
Loses. Yep.
So if I win, right, and he loses, then that means my marriage loses, because now that means I'm putting him against me and we're not together. We're not trying to resolve the problem together, but I'm trying to be so right that I'm trying to throw everything at him just to prove he's wrong. And therefore that puts things between us that sometimes you can't get over.
Right.
You can't
Right.
you just can't. Sometimes we may say things or do things
And it's
that
hard
hit
to
below the
overcome.
belt,
Yeah.
that's right, or
It's hard to
that we
overcome.
know are going to be hurtful.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you guys don't talk about it again, that other mate is still remembering those things, those wounds, those gunshots
Yep.
that you shot them with, and
Mm-hmm.
they're always going to be in the back of our mind. So we have to remember to be careful with the words that come out of our mouths.
Yeah, that's good.
Sometimes we say things because we're hurting. We're hurting.
And
So
we're trying to project that onto our
absolutely, as we all know, right? Another quick saying: hurt people hurt people.
Right.
So true, so true. Because sometimes we're hurting and we don't know anything but hurt.
Right.
So we're projecting and we're spewing out all these hurtful things, thinking that it's going to make the relationship better, and all it does is create more turmoil.
That's a nugget right there for you, baby. And you know what? You made it through. Here we are, winding down at the end. I'm feeling, man, really, really appreciative. Much love. I'm excited. I am.
I am too.
I'm overfilled with joy. I
You talking about I made it? I saw you tear up.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so there you go.
I'm so happy for the life that we've built for each other and for our family.
And
the
that we've
dedication.
made it this far, and
that we've
it's
made it this
only,
far.
as they say, it's only up from here. We're
Right.
going to continue to elevate, continue to spiral, continue to reach
Spiral up.
spiral up,
Yeah.
higher heights, and you know, greater things,
Yeah.
greater things. And so we only hope to, what God blesses us with, that we're able to share and
Mm-hmm.
pour into other married couples in relationships, the same thing.
Yeah, because we want everyone to experience this high that we have. This it's
This
nothing
this
like
making it
being,
look easy.
yeah, it's nothing like being with the person that you want to be with and you're happy with them, and it's a joy to come home and be in their presence. It's just nothing that you can say or show me that's any better than that.
I
This
must
is
agree. I
peace.
must agree. I know when when I have those when we have our little disagreements and we have our moments of being upset with each other,
Hmm.
like I am really miserable. Like I tell myself, man, I miss being happy. Like
Yes,
you're
yes,
happy so
yep,
much, you
hmm,
miss being happy.
yep,
You know, and I don't like that feeling.
yeah,
I want to always be happy because happiness is a natural high, and I want to. Life is too short.
yes,
I
it
want
is.
to enjoy my life with my mate and my family the best way possible. Happiness is just it's contagious. Just like being unhappy is contagious.
That's true.
It can grow. The thing is, what are you growing in your marriage? What are
Yeah.
you growing? What are you watering? Are you watering love and happiness? Are you watering resentfulness and ego? So
Mm.
we have to be careful. Sometimes we want love, but we don't know how to get it. So hopefully we can help couples to stay on the love track.
Yeah, that's what
Stay on the
that's the
happiness
whole
track.
purpose of this podcast is to help you and show you how to have love and happiness in your relationship. But yeah, sometimes people say, "Oh, that's kind of corny." No, no, no. When you're not happy and things are not going well, that's corny. Okay,
That's
no, no,
yes.
that's corny. No, being healthy and happy and stuff. No, that's the God way of doing things. That's godly way of doing things. I love my wife. I love my life. I love my family, and it shows. And
And
it
so
shows.
we are going to continue to pour into you as God pours into us, and we're going to continue to bring you people that are helping couples to live better lives, helping couples to have better relationships, helping people deal with past hurts and baggage and things that are blocking them from having the type of relationship and marriage that they want, right? And so it starts with each and every one of us. It starts with you, not your mate, getting yourself together to get on the road of the type of marriage that you want because I can't sit back and say I feel unloved if I'm giving unloving things, right? So we have to make sure that we are being and displaying what it is we want in our marriage. We're being that.
That's right.
I can't expect my mate to be it first and then I'm going to follow suit. That's
Right.
not how it
First
happens.
you do it, and then I follow you. No, we're
And
gonna
if,
do
and
it
if
together.
and if stop looking at the other person. Keep your eye on you and guarantee if you start doing the right things will happen.
And that's what I mean about leading. You just have to lead in your marriage, right? If you want to see some change, be the change.
Absolutely.
Don't look for the other person to be the change that you're looking for. You
Absolutely.
be it, and
Absolutely.
then trust me, then the change will come about in your
Absolutely.
relationship.
Absolutely. So I think that's all I have. I'm gonna save some for later, but it has been
A joyous 31
31
years.
years. 30 God, that sounds so old.
Yeah, especially when we're standing up there at
31
the
years.
altar 31 years ago, saying
I
our
just,
vows.
I it seems like maybe 16 years.
Yeah,
Maybe 17,
yeah.
but it does not seem like 31.
Nope.
And so
Time has
I just can't wait.
truly flown by.
Yes, yes. I can't wait to see where God takes us.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, we've been blessed. We've been
Yes.
blessed.
And hopefully we can be a
A
blessing.
blessing. Yes.
Yes.
That's why we're here. We're here to be a blessing. Just to share a lot of this knowledge that we have with you so you can feel this blissfulness in your relationship and in your marriage.
So I think that's it for me. I
You
think
made it
that's
through it.
it.
I don't want you to well up anymore, baby.
Oh, there you go. Keep talking about me. There you go. Yeah. What about you?
I don't want to well up either. So,
All right. So is there anything else you want to give the people with? You want to leave them with?
um,
So
no, I think I just left them with lead in your marriage, lead in your marriage, respect your mate, respect your marriage, respect the sanctity of marriage, and just understand that you love that person, you married that person, you wanted to be with that person, you wanted to comfort that person. So let's treat it as such. It's a very valuable thing that you have in marriage, but sometimes we just take it for granted and we just really don't put what we should into it, and that's what we need to. Men versus women as well. I'm speaking from a man's perspective, but actually I'm just talking about marriage as a whole. So everyone has a role to play in this, and do the best that you possibly can. And what you don't understand, get knowledge on so you can become better. That's how your marriage gets better, right? By reading and conferences
doing
and doing
and being a part,
exercising.
yeah.
Yes.
And continually to grow with your partner, not away from your partner. Grow together, don't
Yeah.
grow apart.
Yeah.
And it's easier said than done, and it's very easy to grow apart without even realizing it. And then, so it's just so much. It's so much. And we hope to bring you more and more and more to help marriages. And we want you guys to be a part of our lives and ask questions, and let's do this thing together. Let's build this community of marriage and show people that marriages are strong and thriving.
Yep. It should.
And let's let these young folks know that it
Marriage
is
and
okay,
relationships aren't complicated.
or they're not a thing of the past. Right? We were all made for companionship, and you're not giving up your life for one person. Oh, I don't want to be with this person, that one person, the rest of my life. The problem is that you don't. If you can have not get married and be with multiple people all the time and still and be unhappy.
Right.
So people think, oh, if I get married, I'm going to be unhappy. I'm going to have to settle. The thing is that when you find the right person, you're not settling. And it's a wonderful and joyous thing when you have someone there with you, pushing you, elevating you, supporting you, and understanding you, and to walk with you. So it's so much more than what society has shown, right?
Yeah.
And we have to just get back to understanding that, love is a wonderful thing. It doesn't just have to last for a day. It can last a lifetime.
And that's for sure, if
All
you
right.
choose to. All right, baby, we got to get out of here. So
Yep.
It's been wonderful. Hey, lead with your heart. Lead with your heart. Love with your heart. And just love one another, and just be there for each other and be there for the family.
Happy anniversary, honey.
Thank you, sweetie. Happy anniversary to you, too.
All right. Thank you.
So is this my card you just gave me?
That was your card.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I should have put it up there. Happy anniversary.
Okay, yeah, happy anniversary to you, too. Yep.
All right. So let's go enjoy our anniversary.
Yes, let's do that.
All right, guys. We hope you enjoy this podcast. We hope you enjoy, hearing in depth from us, and just more to come. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We are taking marriages to the moon.
That's right. We're definitely taking them off cruise control.
That's
sure.
right. That's right. All right. So as always, we're in it to win it.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Lovin' Beyond the I Do podcast. Head over to iTunes to subscribe and leave a review. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Legendary Relationship, or visit our website at legendaryrelationship.com. Till next time, remember to make every day count.